Hello Heavy Metal Maidens and Masters, I'm Heavy Metal Mama, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a Killstar Coven Cosmetics review for you, but before we get to that, remember to like this video, comment down below to discuss any of the things that come up in the video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and thank you to all of you that already do. Hit that notification bell so you can find out whenever I upload, and welcome. So, Killstar Coven Cosmetics. That is the new cosmetics range from Killstar, so I thought I would pick up a few items and review them for you. Coven Cosmetics is a new cosmetics range, but they had an old cosmetics range a couple of years ago. I really liked the lipsticks in their cosmetics range. I think they only really did lipsticks. I'm trying to remember. I can't think of anything else that was in the range. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I'd love to hear if there was anything else. But they did a lot of lipsticks. I loved the lipsticks. I really liked the formula of the lipsticks, and then they just discontinued them all. They had some great shades. I particularly liked their black, which was called Void, and I really liked their cool sort of mauvey nude colour that they had called Dusk. Love that shade. I am on the dregs of my Dusk in its tube. I am desperate for more of them. So if you have any tubes of Dusk lying around and you would like to donate them to me, I would gladly have them off, take them off your hands. Or Killstar, if you happen to watch this video, if you want to remake that shade, please remake that shade. I have not found anything that is in any way the right shade match or the same consistency, quality. I adore that lipstick. I am gutted you discontinued it. The current range. So Coven is Killstar's new cosmetics range. They have in there eyeliners, lip liners, lipsticks, metallic lipsticks. So I thought that I would pick up a few different items and see what they're like. The first item is the Velvet Grip Liquid Eyeliner. Now I got that in the shade Chalice, which is black. So it comes in this gorgeous packaging here. Really like the packaging, beautiful packaging. I kept all the packaging just so that I could show you guys for this video, and then I will get rid of it. So they describe it as a matte black precision fine tipped pen, great for a sharp precise wing. So here it is again, really nice packaging. It's black, it's got the lovely gold text on it, and it's a sharp pen. There is little bristles on it. It is what it says on the tin. It's a precision black eyeliner. Quality and construction. So it's precise. It's really precise. I really like this eyeliner. It is the same, if not better than, the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner. I would not be surprised if it turns out that they are exactly the same eyeliner. They have just got different packaging on it. You know, the way that supermarkets do that with chickens or something like that. You know, you buy one in Asda and you buy the same thing in Lidl. It's just got different labels stuck on it. I would not be surprised if this was the same deal. It looks identical to the Epic Ink. The bristles look the same. It behaves the same way. The only thing that I found with this one, as opposed to the Epic Ink, is the Epic Ink one. I have found all of them after a couple of months leak. This, no leakage at all. It's been brilliant. Price. So this is £9. Now the NYX Epic Ink one is £10. So I think that £9 is an absolute steal. My daughter has just run out of liquid eyeliner, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to get a couple of these, one for her, one for me. I think it's great. Just, you know, brilliant price for a really good product. Durability and care. So it lasts really well. I've had this on all day. I put this on at 9 o'clock this morning. It is now about 3:30 and it looks great. It's not smudged at all. I find it's really precise. You can get a really good wing with it. I just think it's great. I think it actually lasts better than the NYX Epic Ink, which I find sometimes would like crust and then flake off. I haven't had that. I mean, it might just be that because this pen is newer and I haven't had one for enough time for it to get old. It might well be that as it gets older, it does that. But so far, I have no qualms with it whatsoever. It has worked really well. I've got nothing negative to say about it at all. I really like it. I think it's a great item for the price. So comparisons would be the NYX Epic Ink pen. Like I said, I would not be surprised if they're the same product. The NYX product is £1 more. For me, this is easier to get hold of because I do so many Killstar orders that actually this is easier for me to get, to chuck one on a Killstar order and get an eyeliner, because I don't do, you know, Superdrug or Boots orders or whatever that often, whereas I definitely do Killstar orders more often than that. So shows my shopping addiction, doesn't it? But yeah, I think this is a great product, works really, really well. It swoops on beautifully. If you would like me to show you how I use it, particularly because I'm now in my 40s, I have got more mature skin, I'm definitely suffering more with wrinkles on my eyelids, that kind of thing. I've also got perimenopause related allergic reaction on my eyelids, so I have to do things in a lot more of a purposeful and specific way at 43 than I did when I was 23. If you would like me to explain how I do my eyeliner to stop it sort of spidering in all the fine lines, etc., then I am more than happy to do like a get ready with me showing you how I do my makeup kind of video. Let me know down in the comments. I'm more than happy to show you. If you do not give a poop about how I do my makeup, then also let me know. You know, I just want to know whether it's worth making that content, because those kind of videos are a lot of editing, so I really don't want to make one if nobody's going to want to watch it. So, but if you would like to know how I do my makeup at 43 years old with the skin texture, etc., that people of 43 have, let me know down in the comments. In conclusion, it's a great product. I think it's a brilliant, brilliant price. I think they do it in a few different colours. I think they definitely did it in the green. I might be wrong. I can't remember now. Hang on. They only do it in black. It's the lip liners that I was thinking of that come in different colours. So this is the only colour. I mean, they might bring out different colours. I know that coloured eyeliner is kind of becoming a thing. I've definitely seen people doing red eyeliner on Instagram, etc. So I suspect for Christmas, Halloween, etc., they're going to start pushing coloured eyeliner products. I think this is a great eyeliner, great price, brilliant product, really impressed with it. I will definitely be buying again. That is the Killstar Coven Cosmetics Velvet Grip Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Chalice. The next item is the Killstar Coven Cosmetics Spell It Out Liner in Chalice. This is a lip liner. Description and materials. A creamy, precise pencil with a smooth, velvety formula that glides effortlessly. Whether you're creating a defined, edged, or blending into soft ombre, this liner is meant to last. So it is a pencil liner. It's got the Killstar Coven Cosmetics branding on it in gold. We have a lid. It is a pencil liner that you sharpen. I have to admit, because this at the end, I think it's where the colour, they put the little thing on to say what colour it is. Because it turns, I wasn't sure if you were supposed to turn it and it would spool up by itself sort of thing, because I know some lip liners are more like one of those sort of clicky pencils. But yeah, it is just a pencil liner. Quality and construction. I think it's too soft. I want to be able to do like a really precise lip line, especially where I am older and my skin is I'm getting fine lines around my lips. I do not have big lips. I am not interested in having filler in my lips either. I found that I could not get a sharp line around my lips, even if I've just sharpened it to within an inch of its life. It's too soft, and it, you know, you might get sort of a quarter of the way around and then it's just too thick and you're getting too thick of a line, too fat of a line. I actually find that I can get a much crisper line just using a liquid lipstick to get that sharp line around my lips, which might just be practice, but I just don't like it. I was hoping, I wanted a black lip liner so that I could do like those ombre lips like Courtney Quarantine, so where she does like black liner in the corners and then she sort of ombres it out and then she uses another lipstick. It might be a skill issue. It might be that I'm using the wrong product to get that ombre, in that I'm using a liquid lipstick, because I hate bullet lipsticks. I hate that creamy feeling on my lips. I will never wear a bullet lipstick. So I just don't like it, because I can't get that crisp line that I want around my lips, because I don't have filler. I don't have large voluminous lips, because I've got skinny white lady lips and I'm getting older. I just cannot get this damn product to work. So it could be a skill issue. It might be that actually it's a great black lip liner. I've got I think it's a NYX lip liner. It's something I bought in Superdrug. It's NYX or Rimmel or something. That one is too hard. You feel like, it feels like a normal HB colouring pencil, and so it hurts to use that, but this is too soft. It might also be I just don't have the skill to get it really, really fine around my lips in a good shape. I'm just not a fan. It's not something I am going to be using. I'll keep trying with it, but I found if I tried using this and then putting black lipstick on, it looked terrible. If I just do the black lipstick and use the doe foot of the liquid lipstick, it looks brilliant. So for me, I'm not a huge fan of it. Price. So this is £7. For a lip liner, that's pretty good. From looking online, most of them seem to be £7 and up. I can't remember what I paid for the one that I already have, but it was rubbish, so does it really matter? £7 is a reasonable price. I mean, you may find if you're younger and you've got more skill, you might think this is a great product and it's really worth the price. But I think because I'm not bowled over by the product, yeah, at least it didn't cost me 20 quid, and I'm annoyed that I've got a £20 lip liner I'm not going to use. Durability and care. Now, obviously, I haven't worn this a lot because I'm really struggling to actually physically apply it. And every time I have applied it, I've put it on and gone, I hate it, it looks terrible, and ended up taking it off. There have been a couple of times where I've ended up wearing it out. I didn't find it helped. I was hoping that it would, you know, make a real barrier around my lips and stop any lipstick from bleeding out, which I have to admit, I haven't really had a problem with that recently. I think when my skin was greasier that I found that. Now I've got a better skincare routine, which again, if you would like to hear about my skincare routine, let me know down in the comments below and I will drop that on you if, again, it might not be something that interests you guys. It's not expensive. But yeah, because my skin is nowhere near as greasy as it used to be, I don't get that bloom from like around my lips anymore. But unfortunately, I can't really tell you. I wasn't bowled over. I wasn't like, wow, this stuff is amazing, nothing's moving. It felt like it smudged very easily, especially when I was applying it. So I don't see how it can be very durable. I may be wrong. Somebody who's got more skill with using a product like this might be able to give you a better review. So I'm sorry. I think a lot of this is a skill issue with lip liner, but I wanted to try it and see. It looks like it's not a product for me. Comparisons. So NYX have one that is £8 and Unearthly Cosmetics have a £7 one. However, because it ships from the US, when I put one in my basket to see how much is the postage, £26 to ship to the UK. I mean, I suppose if you're doing a big Unearthly Cosmetics order and you're going to order £50, £100 worth of cosmetics, that's not actually that bad. But when I'm ordering a £7 lip liner, I don't really want to pay almost 4 times as much for the postage of it. Jolie Beauty have a lip liner called Noir, which is £10. However, it is always sold out. In fact, I bought this because I was so frustrated that I couldn't get the Jolie Beauty one, which is why I got this, because I'd been wanted to try out a black lip liner for ages and I really like Jolie Beauty's formula in general. So I really wanted to try theirs out and got this instead. Conclusion. It's not the product for me. I think it's too soft. I think the price is fairly reasonable, but I think it is too soft. But as I've said, this could well be a skill issue. So if you are better at makeup, particularly you use a lot of lip liners, I would love to know what you think of it. Is it just me or is it the product? Let me know. They also do it in an emerald green shade, like a fuchsia pink shade and like a purple shade, which go with the Velvet Grip lipsticks, which I will be showing you in a second. The next items are the Killstar Coven Cosmetics Velvet Grip liquid lipstick in the shades Chalice, Pixie Wing and Phoenix Blood. Description and materials. So they are described as a matte finish liquid lip with a velvet formula. Chalice is a black lipstick, but I would argue that it's got like a brown or like a golden tone to it. When you look at it in the right light, I don't know, flecks through it. I don't know whether it's just the base that it's dissolved in or what, but yeah, definitely got a golden brown tone to it. We've got Pixie Wing, which is a mauvey purple. It's darker than I was expecting. On the website it looks like a cool nude. It is not a nude, it is a purple. And then we've got Phoenix Blood, which is a fuchsia pink. This is a bright, really, really bold colour with a lot of depth to it. This would look amazing on particularly darker skin tones. It looks good on me. I think if you've got olive skin or black skin, this tone would pop. You would look phenomenal in it. Quality and construction. So as you can see, the packaging is gorgeous. They're designed to look like crystals. You've got this matte black cap which screws off. You've got the body of the liquid lipstick is this crystal shape with these like 3 different angles on each side. So the only thing is, obviously, you can't stand it up on its end. I suppose you could stand it up on its cap. I don't really like doing that. I don't know why. It just feels wrong. It feels like it might leak. They've then got the shade names as a sticker on the lid. They are 7.5 milliliter bottles. I just think they're really cute, really different. They fit nicely into your handbag. However, if you're after what I would call a standard shaped lipstick, then this possibly isn't the packaging for you. So the formula, I have, like I said, got lots of Killstar liquid lipsticks from the previous range. I've got Void here, which is their original black. Now, when I compare them, these are thinner. The new ones are thinner. The black for Void is definitely more pigmented. This is definitely less pigmented. I need to do a couple of coats to get the same payoff that I get from this one. So although this is a 6.2ml tube and this is a 7.5ml tube, I didn't have to use as much of this. So the Killstar liquid lipstick formula, even the newer formula with it being slightly thinner, is still my favourite liquid lipstick formula. I love it. I love the way it goes on. It doesn't feel claggy or sticky, or it doesn't sort of pill up, which it makes me feel ill when it does that. Some of them, they never dry down properly, so they're really sticky. I don't get that with any of these at all. They are definitely still my favourite formula. My favoritist shade is Dusk from the original run of Killstar Coven Cosmetics. It is like a mauvey, cool toned nude. I have got through so many tubes of that. I desperately want more. Please bring it back, Killstar. Please, 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 please. If you have any tubes of it that you no longer require, let me know and I would arrange, you know, getting them from you, because I love that shade. I desperately want more lipsticks like that. Or Killstar, bring it out again, because I love that shade. So the black, it doesn't bleed or smudge. I was really impressed. I was expecting, because the formula was thinner, that it might bleed. Not at all. I was really impressed. I mean, I find their original black also doesn't bleed, so I was pleased that they've, you know, managed to keep that in the new formula. The fuchsia did bleed slightly, which might be a candidate for a liner, but again, as I've said before, I don't know if I'm a good candidate for a liner. So I could see why you might want to use a liner with the fuchsia to kind of keep it in. This is the Pixie wing on at the moment. It hasn't bled at all. I find sometimes it works its way out a little bit in the corners of my mouth, particularly if I've been eating. But again, I think it stays on really well. Even when I'm eating, I just get a little bald patch, you know, here on essentially what is near close to your mucous membranes. And I just need to reapply a little bit. But I haven't found it's spread or anything. I have to admit, haven't eaten anything very greasy when I've worn any of them. I don't tend to eat really, really greasy food, and if I do, I tend to take my lipstick off first, because there's nothing worse than eating a really, really greasy burger or something and then finding that you've got lipstick all over your face. So I would rather control to take it off, eat my burger and then put lipstick on. But I have to admit, I'm not one for eating a greasy meal very often, so it's not something that I have noticed, but I have to admit I haven't noticed that it has just smeared off when I've eaten anything with the slightest bit of grease in it, like say a packet of crisps or something like that. It's a great product. I think the quality of it is really, really good. I'm really, really impressed with it. Price, £10. I think that's a fair price. I'm not sure what I paid for the originals. I want to say under £10, but I might be wrong. But I think around £10 is a really good deal for a liquid lipstick. I think particularly with this really cute packaging, they're just really, really different. They look great when you pull them out of your handbag. It just looks really sweet. Like I said though, the only thing is you can't just store it on its end because it would just fall over, but that doesn't really matter to me. I've got little drawers that I keep all my makeup in, so I just slot them in one of the little drawers, so doesn't matter to me. But I think £10 is a great price for this product, especially for this volume of product at 7.5 mils. Durability and care. Again, like I've said before, I think it lasts really well. I haven't had any experience of it smearing or anything. I've found that when I've put it on, I haven't had to keep reapplying it throughout the day. I do tend to need to put another coat on after I've eaten a meal, but I haven't found that I've had to put a coat on after I've had a cup of tea, for example. So for me, I think that makes a great lipstick. I've never experienced any kind of lipstick where I can literally wear it all day, eat whatever I want, and I have not had to reapply any lipstick at all. I would argue that's more of a stain than a lipstick anyway, so, and I'm not interested in a lip stain. The one thing I did find was the Phoenix Blood did slightly stain my lips. I tend to use a cleansing balm. When I took it off with micellar water, my lips were a little bit pink. When I took it off with an oil-based cleansing balm, it got it all off. So I would definitely recommend an oil-based cleanser as opposed to a micellar water. I found the micellar water, I had to scrub. So I would argue that because it's obviously designed to only dissolve in oil that you would do much better with an oil-based cleansing balm. Comparisons. Jolie Beauty has some very similar shades. Now, they are £15 each. Radioactive Unicorn, who are sold via Kate's Clothing, they also have some similar shades. They are £12 each. For Chalice, which is the black one, now I would argue all of these shades that I'm telling you as a comparison are blacker than the shade of Chalice. I would argue this is kind of black light. I don't have the Jolie Beauty one. It's called Demise. That is a really black one. Now we've got Radioactive Unicorn one, which is Cutter, and I've got the old Killstar one, which is Void. So as you can see from the hand swatch, the new Killstar Coven Cosmetics one is definitely not as black. I think these two are blacker, but if you want something that's not quite as black as your soul and you want something that's a little more sheer, then you know the Coven Cosmetics one is great. I just put two coats on. I personally don't like the texture of the Radioactive Unicorn one. I just feel it's a little bit sticky for me. But if you want something that's thicker and more moisturising, then you might find that the Radioactive Unicorn one is more for you. I like one that it dries down and that's it. It doesn't budge. Some people prefer a lipstick that's got a little bit of moisture to it still, which means you might prefer the Radioactive Unicorn. Pixie Wing, which is this mauvey toned one. Now, these are both darker. They are definitely darker. I haven't been able to find anything that is an exact colour match for this, the Pixie Wing. So Jolie Beauty has one called Bittersweet, which I've got here. And then Radioactive Unicorn has one which is called This Is For You, Chrissy. As you can see from the swatches. Now, personally, I find that the Jolie Beauty one dries down drier. I find it makes my lips feel dry, so I'm not as big a fan of that lipstick. And the Radioactive Unicorn one I find is too wet. So I like the Killstar one because it's the perfect balance in the middle. And then finally for the Phoenix Blood, which is the fuchsia. Now, I don't have anything that is this fuchsia pink in my collection, but the closest ones that I've got are Jolie Beauty Haunted, which is like a really purple toned one. It's a pinky purple, a fuchsia-y purple, and then Radioactive Unicorn is Dead But Delicious. Same as I said before, I find the Jolie Beauty one can be a little bit drying, and I find the Radioactive Unicorn one can be a little bit too sticky. But again, they are not the same shade. So if you find that this is too fuchsia, those products might be a better formula for you or a better shade match for you. Conclusions. I really like these lipsticks. I really like them. I was a little bit gutted they only brought out, well, there's these shades and then there's a green one. I'm not going to wear green lipstick. It's just not my thing. It looks weird with my hair. I look like I'm trying to do a Poison Ivy cosplay. It's just not my thing. Maybe if I was doing like a mermaid costume, I'd get one, but it's not a colour I'm going to routinely wear. But I did get the other three shades. So I really like all of them. I think the black is definitely, for me, the most wearable, but then closely followed by the Pixie Wing, which is this shade. I think this shade is better for like work, you know, a family dinner. The black is a great black. The Phoenix Blood one is a really impactful, interesting shade. So Killstar, please bring out a nice cool toned neutral, bring out a lovely deep blood red like you had before. There was I think it was called Vampire's Blood. There was also Lost Highway. You had some really cool red shades previously. I really liked them all. Please bring them back, because I'm almost out of Vampire, I'm almost out of Lost Highway. I would like some more reds, please. So, you know, I'm wondering if red isn't in at the moment. I think with the way that the whole world's gone a little bit conservative, red's not the fashionable colour at the moment. They're trying to go for more feminine colours, which kind of pisses me off. So, yeah, the feminist in me goes, I'm going to wear red lipstick then. But yeah, so I love these products, really impressed. I think they're great value for money. I love the packaging. They wear really well. I am really impressed. I will definitely recommend these three. That is the Killstar Velvet Grip Liquid Lipstick in the shades Chalice, Pixie Wing and Phoenix Blood. The last items are the Killstar Coven Cosmetics Metallic Grip Liquid Lipsticks in the shade Chalice and Ember Pit. Description and materials. So these are described as a velvety smooth formula and a metallic finish. The Chalice is a metallic black, and the Ember Pit, I think they were going for it being a metallic version of the Pixie Wing. It's not though, it's more of a metallic coral. So I can understand why they've called it Ember Pit, because it's definitely got more oranges in there. It's not the colour I was expecting, and I'm not a huge fan. It doesn't suit my skin tone particularly. Corals do not suit me at all. So I'm not a huge fan of the colour. I was hoping for it to either skew more purple or to skew more neutral, which I was thinking, how do you make a neutral metallic? Which is why I bought it. I wanted to see what it was like and see what I got. Quality and construction. So as you can see, it's in these beautiful units. Again, they look like a crystal. They've got the matte cap on them, which unscrews with the doe foot inside, which I must say, I do really like the doe foot on all of them. It's got the Coven logo on there. The formula of the lipstick itself, it smells horrible. I hate the way it feels. It sort of pills when you put it on your lips, whether you wear it as a lipstick on its own or as a topper. And it burns, okay? It burns my lips and makes them itchy. Now, it may well be that I'm allergic to something in there. I am wondering if I'm allergic to something in there, but I put some on Heavy Metal Hubby, bless him, his little heart, for being my guinea pig. I also got my daughter to put some on her lips to see how she felt about it. Everybody said it was it went tight and slightly tingly and itchy. So I don't think it's just me. I think there is something in here that I do not like, and it smells chemically. I was so excited because the Velvet Grip liquid lips are amazing, and I really hate these. I'm really not impressed by these at all. So style and versatility. So I did think that, okay, I'm not a big fan of them as a product on their own. What about wearing them as a topper? So I tried both of them as a topper over the Velvet Grip liquid lip in black. I also tried it on other blacks that I've got. I still hate it. It still burns, and it still really pills up, because I found that they're too sheer to just put one coat on. You need at least 2 coats, but then it feels like it's all pilling up and dragging, so it's just a textural nightmare. I hate the way it feels on my lips. It feels horrible, and when you're eating, it feels like you're eating little bits of it. I don't like it at all, and which is such a shame, because I love the liquid lips and I hate these. Price, these are again £10. I mean, again, it's an equivalent product to it being £10. I'm just gutted that I spent 20 quid on these, and I am not going to use them because I flipping hate them. So durability and care, I don't know, because I couldn't do more than about 20 minutes with them on my lips. I tried, I really tried. I couldn't do it. It hurt, they felt horrible, it was a sensory nightmare. I ended up taking them off. So I don't know. So if any of you have bought these and get on with them, and you can let us know how they feel down in the comments below, it would be greatly appreciated. But I hated them. I hated them. They are definitely not something I would buy or recommend. Comparisons. Jolie Beauty has some metallic shades. There is only one shade in common, which is a green. So the green is one of the shades that I didn't buy. I didn't buy it in the Velvet liquid lip. I didn't buy it in the metallic liquid lip either. But Jolie Beauty do have a metallic green. They also have a couple of different sort of copper shades that are in the Ozzy Osbourne collection that's come out recently, which means they're sold out quite a bit at the moment, but you might be able to get your hands on one. But they are not the same as the Ember Pit. Black Moon Cosmetics. Now, Black Moon Cosmetics have loads of metallic shades. I suspect their formula is phenomenal. I suspect that they absolutely blow these out of the water, and I'm sure that they have shades which are equivalent of this. Unearthly Cosmetics also have some really cool lipsticks. I have to admit, I didn't do a lot of research into them, because after that lip liner debacle, I was like, you know what, I'm not paying £26 to post some lipsticks when I could get them from Black Moon Cosmetics and only pay a flat rate of £9. So there are some brands that you could go and check out. Yeah, I would say probably Black Moon Cosmetics is your best bet, and if you live in the US, lucky you for that. So conclusions. I hate them. I hate the metallic grip liquid lip. They are not something that I would recommend. They are not something that I'd buy again. I mean, maybe if you're not so bothered by the texture of things on your lips, or if you're not seemingly allergic to them, then they might be the product for you. But yeah, they were a sensory nightmare. I do not recommend. So in conclusion, the Killstar Coven Cosmetics, the Velvet Grip Liquid Eyeliner, I love it. It's a phenomenal product. I think it's definitely worth the money. I would definitely recommend that you go out and buy that. The Spell It Outliner, I only bought it in Chalice. They do it in 3 other shades. Don't recommend, cannot get on with it, but that may be a skill issue. The Velvet Grip Liquid Lips, I loved them. I absolutely loved them. They're a little sheerer than the previous shades that they had when they had Killstar used to do liquid lipsticks back in the day, but I am really impressed with them. More shades, please. And the Metallic Grip Liquid Lipstick, flipping hated them, make me itchy, will not be buying again, 100% do not recommend. So there you are, quite the mixed bag for a review. A couple of products I liked, a couple of products I hated or at least couldn't get on with. So let me know what you think. If you've got any of these products, do you think that you will be buying any of those? If you want to buy some Killstar items, there is a discount code down in the description. There is also discount codes for other brands as well, if you want to go and check those out. See if you have got a shopping addiction like me and you would like to save yourself some money, go check out all those discount codes. Let me know what you think of all these different products in the comments, and remember to like this video, comment down below to discuss any of the things that come up in the video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and thank you to all of you that already do. Hit that notification bell so you can find out whenever I upload. And remember people, stay heavy.